he fucking gets on my nerves every now and then. But that is a difficult dude to not like. That is a lovable dude.
It is.
I just want to squeeze him.
Yeah,
He's like,
I want to smash his head to a fucking wall sometimes, and then I literally imagine his face in my head, and all of the angry feelings go away.
SCU. You are now listening to Shoutouts Uncut. Prepare to be shattered with your hosts, Matt Baldwin, Skullface, Greg for Mercy, Oscar NJ Boy, T2RX6, Mega 81. Welcome to Shattered Cast.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Shattered Cast Uncut, episode 61. We're still dead. We're going to move it on. I'm your host, Oscar Alonso, and joining me tonight are members of the Furious 5-1 because Matthew Deluxe Creamy Legend Baldwin is in jail. So when he posts bail, he'll be joining us again next week, hopefully. So let's go ahead and get around introducing everyone from left to right. We have everyone's favorite engineer. You're a good friend of mine. He's everyone's favorite YouTube reviewer whose reputability goes down with every episode he appears in this, but he doesn't care because he'll build you a fucking robot. The one you only miss who T2RX6, Justin.
Stay strong, Matt. Don't drop that soap.
That's right. That's right.
Because with a booty like that, somebody's gonna slide up in there.
Get that shit. Get it hard.
Sorry.
And coming up right behind him, massaging his back, going, "You can build it, buddy. You can build it, and they'll come." Is everyone's favorite Louis C.K. knockoff, the one you only Mr. Bobby Skullface.
I watched Birdman over the weekend. It's the worst Cash Money Records documentary I've ever seen. Not accurate at all. Actually, I didn't care for it.
Wait, did what? Is that the movie with Michael Keaton?
Yeah. It really, people have been telling me about it. I never saw a trailer for it or anything. It won every award or was nominated for every award or whatever. And everybody would tell me about it, and they'd be like, "Yeah, it was about this guy. He used to be a superhero, and now he's not. He's trying to find his way in the world or whatever." And in my head, I thought it was a guy who really was a proper superhero, and now he had gotten old and had retired, and was maybe going to do bodyguarding or something for the president. And no, it was a guy that played a superhero in a movie, and now his career is train wrecked, and it was kind of a commentary on superhero films. It wasn't. It was a good movie. It just wasn't the movie that I wanted. That I was interested in seeing.
I think half the interest is the fact that it's Michael Keaton.
Exactly.
Played a superhero who.
Yeah. It totally wouldn't work with anybody else, really.
Yeah.
Yeah, I kind of see that film as the future of Christian Bale in a few more years.
Come on now. Cut it out.
So would you say you walked into that movie expecting Watchmen, and it wasn't the Watchmen you needed, or it wasn't the Watchmen you deserved, but it was the Watchmen you needed right then?
I thought it was going to be... Oscar, are you familiar with the book Ex... I think it's Ex Machina, or whatever?
Ex Machina, yeah.
Yeah. I thought it was going to be something along those lines, and no, it totally wasn't.
And of course, coming up next is everyone's favorite internet troll. He's also one of the founding members of this podcast, the one, the only, lovable, huggable, Mr. Greg for Mercy.
Only troll for good, never for evil, for justice.
And for justice, you gotta say it. And speaking of scary face, we've got a guest with us today who's here for justice. He is the one, the only. He follows us on Twitter, follows me on Twitter. He's a fan. And we decided we'd let him swing by to say hello, the one, the only Mr. Swage 66, Mr. Mike.
The Batman.
Harvey
Face. I would actually like to mention that I have also grown old and retired during these introductions. But thank you for having me.
For justice.
For justice.
So, as always, we got shirts, hoodies, bumper stickers, but no more magnets, if I'm correct.
No more magnets. We are sold out. The shirts and hoodies are definitely still available. Just contact us. Our contact information is in the description or in the comments of whatever platform you're listening to.
So wait, you're out of magnets. What the hell are you paying me with?
Yeah, we're gonna send one of the bumper stickers. The next thing we have to do is start making fun of bumper stickers so that they fucking sell. All we did was talk about how good the shirts and hoodies were, and then trash the magnets, and we fucking sold out of the magnets in 2 weeks.
I'll give you.
Goes to show that if we do trash things, people tend to like it.
Well, I'll tell you what, Mike. If you ever need a makeshift bandana, you could just buy 2 bumper stickers and wrap them around your head, and you are good to go. If you ever need to cover that unsightly crotch rod on your favorite pair of jeans, bumper sticker, brother. You're just making a fashion statement. That's all there is to it. If you ever need a substitute for socks while wearing military boots, bumper stickers. Just saying, just tape them around your feet. You need like 4 or 5 of them, but you'll be all right. Just taking them off, though. Hope you're not hairy.
Yeah.
Just say that, because that's going to be painful.
Hair on the big toe stresses me out, actually.
Ugh, it's gross.
You have hair on your big toe? Yeah. Oh, you definitely do then.
Yeah,
you say when you get older.
Doesn't Megan Fox have a hairy big toe, or is that just her thumb?
I think both.
No, that's her neck. But.
Also, a reminder that we do have that one magnet that's still in our possession that is going to go to the winner of the best review on iTunes.
That's right.
Give us a review on iTunes. We're going to be holding that little contest at the end of the month. Operation Dyke, it doesn't seem like you can write another review, I guess, but we will enter your name in anyway. Because you've been a good sport about it. Fucking Steve Jobs. And another lesson for the day: wealth don't buy health. If you know what I'm saying. Anyway, anybody get anything?
Yeah. So, Mike, since you're over here, first on my screen, did you get anything this past week?
Oh man, on the spot. Actually, I did get. I'm going old school though, because I actually just started getting into GI Joe stuff just to help out with some toy photography ideas. So I have the last 2 crossover sets. I got the Shockwave and the Hound and Jetfire, and I got some old Prime stuff in because I like them. They're kind of solid, and good deal's a good deal. So toys are toys.
Right on, right on. How about you, Justin? Did you get anything this week?
Well, I'll go for last week too because wasn't here.
Right
So,
on.
I got the TSC Verta Aid, Verta Aid, right?
Blades.
And then anyway, Blades.
Did somebody say AIDS?
Yes.
I cannot hear you, my friend. Please repeat. The Wi-Fi in my hut has gone to shit.
I also got the Whirlwind, Vortex Warbitron version, and the Firefarer King of Evil upgrade set that has that in the box since it's gone here. So, money well spent. But shout out to Penance there who actually sold it to me for a good price. So,
what was that? The last bit?
The Firefarer King of Evil or something like that.
Oh, the Hegemon bit.
Yeah, the Hegemon.
Megatron's Nikes.
That's funny. Yeah. I got to see all that shit unfold, like from Greg to Penance there, Andrew to you. Like I've watched that thing from behind the scenes. Move like a stripper.
Well, I wasn't gonna go in on it, and I was like, you know what? It's a good price. I'll probably never see it for that price because I have my theory that Firefarer is actually releasing them one at a time on eBay just to get that $150 price point. So
just look at them. They don't care. They want their Megatrons to be huge.
They want the Megatron's feet huge.
Hey, you know what? I got to give a huge shout out to Lizengui or whatever the fuck his name is on eBay. Because that dude's prices help me sell shit for stupid money. So, big ups, dude. Because my price tag, that's hundreds of dollars less than your fucking crazy shit. You're making me bank, bro. I love you, man.
We will
he's
give
one
you
of those
the
sellers. He's in the cafe, actually.
No shit.
Yeah, he's one of those sellers that, will keep a listing up because you don't have to pay, fucking listing fees. So he'll just bump the price up to $10,000 for a deluxe. And then when he gets more stock in, if he ever does. But
no, he does have to jack up the price because that way, when it sells out everywhere else, if somebody looks for one and he's the only one, if they're an impulse guy, he's either going to make a shit ton of money, or it just helps drive up the market because people gauge.
Have you ever bought?
The price.
Have you ever bought anything from him at that price, or known anyone who has?
I don't know, but I've actually seen sold listings. I mean, they're probably fake, but it's an eBay tactic.
If someone's stupid enough to pay that much money for something that he doesn't have in stock, he cancels the sale immediately. That's why you'll see sold listings.
I'm reminded of Bobby's skit on his one video he did. He's like, wow, I'm glad I got this masterpiece Grimlock for only $500 on eBay. Man, was I lucky.
What are the chances of them ever putting this out again?
Meanwhile, in China, Raph out around. What a retard. This Grimlock was found in pile of rit. I clean up a little bit, and then I ship to America. I play party music. All right. Anyway, so Bobby, what'd you get this week?
Fuck, I got Combiner Wars Motormaster and Silverbolt.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Do you feel dirty?
I do slightly. I actually like them both in bot mode. But dude, Motormaster, like outside of bot mode, sucks. Oh my god, it's so bad. I give it quite the lashing. And what else did I get? I got some repro labels. And that might be it. Yeah, I think that's it.
Alrighty. Hey, Gregors.
Hi, baby. What you get?
What'd you get first, man?
What'd you get?
No,
Tell me what you got.
No, you gotta tell me what you got.
Okay, Comedia.
My chlamydia is new in box. New in box.
My friend, I got myself a fresh, brand new mint in box genital warts. Hard to find, very rare.
You have herpes for your head? You have herpes, sir?
So what'd you get, Greg?
I make a gay joke.
Homos.
Balance out the racism. Gay agenda. I only got one thing since Thursday, and that was Haiku Barbosa.
How do you like him, my friend? Do you want a Modelo?
Oh, yeah.
Would you like a Modelo and play with your Haiku Barbosa?
He's not bad.
See, Sancho is the guy. Sancho did not finish high school, but Haiku Barbosa finished high school and made it halfway through college. He now has a high-paying job at Walmart. So you,
fucking Starbucks.
My friend, you are lucky. You are very lucky, Jew.
Consider yourself blessed, good sir.
You are going to love him forever. I got some.
He's drawing blood. Well, goddamn, you asked me a question, didn't let me finish, or didn't let me answer. Fucking pushy Cuban. He's good. He's drawn blood 6 times.
He can smell it, so be careful. I just keep him in the back of the shelf. That's where he belongs. But I don't want to double dip. I got some stuff coming in the mail, so we'll talk about that next week. Other than that, I got the Mezco 112 scale Batman figure from Dark Knight Returns, which is awesome. So I've just been looking at my wife all day going, for justice.
Is that a doll?
It is a doll. It is a doll. It is a doll, but it's not a fucking 12-inch doll that says, "Oh my god, why do you own that?" No, it's justified. Let me just put it there. So it's neat. I am doing a review because this guy is pretty fucking awesome. But thankfully, I don't have to comb his hair or,
It's crazy. Frank
Can you
Miller.
change his clothes?
No, actually, you can't.
Maybe
So
put him in a little pink Corvette, you know?
or a big white horsey. It's time to stop the joke on my white horsey.
You're the Joker. He's like dripping like with like Frank. Oh, that sounds terrible. He's definitely reminiscent of Frank Miller's fucking approach.
It is.
So he is the doll. He's stripping with Frank Miller.
Yeah.
Okay. Gross.
Dude, Frank Miller looks like he smoked mad cigarettes.
Dude, you got to see if you own the Dark Knight cartoon that they released a couple of years ago now.
Yeah.
They do that special where they talk to him in his apartment. It looks like a fucking rundown newsstand. There are so many racks with comic books and shit like that. There, he's like, I just wanted to see Batman beat the shit out of Superman. You know, I'm so mad.
He's like, yeah, the comic book industry hasn't treated me real well. Now I just drive cabs and fucking smoke these cigarettes.
I hang out outside of this coffee shop next to the deli and smoke my Winston filter the cigarettes.
Paul Malls. I gotta get Paul Malls or Winston.
I fucking catcall other guys' girlfriends while they're with them. I'm all like, well, hey, baby, you know what would look good on you? My dick. Man, get some wet. Because he's a classy guy. So, speaking of classy, KFC Double Dealer Double Deck, aka Masterpiece Twincast. And this, I don't own the original Blaster, or whatever his name was. This looks okay.
Yeah, I agree. It looks okay.
Is he gonna be in blue chrome? Blue chrome. That's
I'm
good.
guessing. guessing.
The only thing I like about this is the little Rosanna that comes with it. The rest of it,
Mandy Pandy.
Yeah.
Actually, I want to point out on that one that KFC has continued their tradition of using other people's designs, and I can't find any information to see if they actually worked with the guy. But Tom Servo on Shapeways actually had those scorpions available.
That is his scorpion. I didn't even notice that.
And if you didn't know before, like the rhino horn and the steel jaw that KFC had was actually produced by Eagle TF long before they got a hold of him, but they worked in conjunction with him and with his permission. But I can't find anything on the Tom Servo deal. So personally, I think the set looks pretty nice. It's kind of still wishy-washy because I've seen mixed stuff on the Blaster, which I don't have. And if they do a regular red paint scheme, I'm all about that because I'm a cassette guy. So hopefully, but I'd hate getting an obscure, e-hobby and Headmaster repaint deco when I can't even find a regular painted. So that was kind of a tough call. But I do dig the cassettes. I mean, it's nice to see him have a little more articulation than G1 and still keep such a close look. Even though Rosanna obviously wasn't G1, but the cassette itself is based on it. So
and
the
quality is definitely a step ahead. Like the eject was still like far from perfect, but light years beyond the ram horn and steel jaw, and then the abomination that were those combiner cassettes that were just fucking horrendous.
What's wrong with wham horn?
Wham horn, third party wham horn.
Oh, that's so cute. Oh, this
She's
shit melted
funny,
my
man.
fucking steely heart.
She'll still ask me every now and then. She'll be like, "What do you like better, third party or Masterpiece?" And I'm like, "I like them when they're together."
For justice.
For justice. Scary face. I like the. I don't know if I like this character enough to spend another, $1.50 on this mold. I think that if I was head over heels in love with the KFC Blaster, and I'm not. I like it an awful lot, but I'm not head over heels in love. I think if I was, I would go in on this again, but I just don't think I'm going to.
It's a good used pickup, right? Good open. Good.
Yeah, absolutely.
Just wait till someone else buys it and they want to get another third-party product and they're selling that shit for like a quarter of what they paid for it.
Yep.
Exactly.
Yep.
I'm actually gonna come from the other direction on this. Oh, my cat just discovered Blades' Blades. That's cute. I wasn't gonna get a Sound Blaster because I was like, what's good having a Sound Blaster if I don't have a Twincast? But now that I can get both, I don't know.
I like how they
I want to have a Billy to go with my new Soundwave.
Sure. I like how they were going to call the Scorpion Scorpio, and then they put Stinger over top and didn't bother to erase the Scorpio underneath.
Yeah.
It's just that, I'll tell you what, if there's one thing KFC makes me think of, it's professionalism.
They can't even get their shit right. They put fucking KFC tape on X-Transpons, which has nothing to do with them, of course.
Incoming call. Let's see who it is. I'll put it on speaker. 800 service. Hello? Hello? Hello?
Hi.
Hello?
We'd like to talk to you about God.
This is him.
Tell her, hold on, you got to take your pants off.
I'm doing well. You guys called me last week, right?
I'm not sure about this time.
Yeah, you guys called me. I already talked to the guy. He's been out the whole bit.
All right, thank you so much for your time.
All right. No, thank you. All right.
Oh, you big pussy cat.
Yeah, no,
That's something about justice.
Yeah, justice. Anyway,
Are you selling justice? You can't buy justice. Never.
Sorry about that. So anyway, continue.
Justice coming box.
Is the Scorpion, is that based on anything, or is that just their own thing?
You don't remember that G1 episode? God,
With
it
Alpha
was
Bravo?
with
Was
Alpha
Alpha
Bravo
Bravo?
and Blackjack were forced to tame this young guy and help the Dinobots combine so they could save Micromaster Rodimus Prime from drug abuse. That,
All right,
that was a good episode.
let me ask the knowledgeable guy, Justin.
No, that's I know.
Oh,
Okay.
it's a little baby Scorponok. That's what it is.
Mhm.
And speaking of this,
Go ahead.
It's from that G1 episode where Scorponok came out of blackout to steal data from the desert base.
This Scorpion, do you remember, like, they've had this design for a while. You remember they had it like in Scorponok colors, and they had it all black.
Exclusive for some convention.
Maybe. I can't remember. They've had this design for a while, so this might be more on par with the ape-face bullshit or whatever it was, the fucking boombox, beast box, and squawk talk. Level.
Well, that's why they're just going to throw it in. It's going to be, free. It's not going to cost you anything more because they're like, if they hate it, at least, that was just free.
We have all these mods. What do we do with them? Give away.
Well, what you do is you start by pulling out the claws and then throw it right in the trash can.
Yeah.
Instructions for transformation consist of open box, remove product from plastic wrap, change into robot mode, place in trash, enjoy.
Shit.
You got it all wrong, man. It should say open box, open eBay app, press list now.
No, that fucking slam dance. I got that shit out and I tried to transform the plane thing.
That's
and then
horrible.
I was like, I kind of got it into something like a plane. I pulled out my phone and I went to the Cybertron Cafe. I said, mint in box, KFC, whatever. And it was sold in 11 minutes before I could even figure out how to transform the fucking thing back into a square and put
You
it
mean
back in the
before
box.
everyone argued over what mint in box actually means?
Yeah, that's true too.
Yeah, great conversation pieces there. But speaking of great conversation pieces,
Play, not play.
I only buy figures I don't buy figures because they're shiny. I buy them for their quality, which I can tell by looking at them being listed online. Unknown third party or Takara Ironhide figure?
Yeah, we're just not sure on this unit. Not a whole lot of info on this unit. Unknown Ironhide figure has been posted. This is via Antoine's third party unlimited group. You should check them out on Facebook. The unknown Ironhide figure has been posted. It's not clear who is making this, but hopefully we'll find out soon. I hope it's Takara because I like the way it's shaping up. But Justin made a good point to me, which was
that it's very, very animated in look and not the Nissan van that its inspiration has come from. So.
Mm-hmm.
When I posted this on our Facebook, I realized the importance of punctuation, and I wrote Takara Masterpiece Ironhide, but in my head I was saying Takara Masterpiece Ironhide, and I realized I hadn't added a question mark when people started arguing on the thread over do we even know for sure that this is Takara? And I was like, oh fuck me. So,
That was actually me. That wasn't people. That was me.
are you not
And
people?
I assume Matt just posted it up or somebody else. Now that I find out it was you.
Very disappointed.
God.
Anyway, the silhouette of his face and all that shit looks like it's on the money. There's rumors that we're getting an MP Ironhide, so I'll probably be playing the waiting game a bit. But this does look the part.
You know what I heard.
It could actually end up being Takara. I mean, the real Vanette is real close to it. It's just got some extra trim, which I feel like, Hasbro wouldn't necessarily, or Takara Hasbro would definitely leave it off.
It needs a sunroof and a spoiler, quick.
So,
You know one thing G1 Ironhide was known for? I was getting that extra trim.
Getting that extra trim. And this guy, it looks like, because you can see like a reflection in the picture. I think he took a picture of his computer screen.
I see his kitchen. You should clean it, by the way.
Yeah. So
Yeah, it looks all right. I mean,
yeah,
hopefully those are rubber wheels.
yeah, right. So well, anyway, just bringing it up. More news to follow on that, I guess, as time goes on.
Yeah, as it develops. Next one is something that had me excited, but now I'm all like, depressed about it, man. Fucking Sky Carry is another masterpiece, Rodimus Prime.
Yeah, and it's Studio Oxygen, which is nice, but I don't know, man. I just feel like this company, dude, is just it's not ready to be taking on figures of this caliber.
Yep.
That
Now you finally see.
that midriff, I don't know about that.
With the long pelvis.
Yeah, something's not right. I don't like it.
Got like a 10-pack going on there, yeah.
Does anybody else get that Vera DeMilo vibe from looking at that chest panel? Like he's got a training bra on. He's like,
I'm gonna be a big bot one day.
he's gonna be like, hey guys, it's time to work out and get those big bad Decepticons. Who's with me? That's the first thing that popped in my head when I looked at that. I was like, why does that happen? And it just immediately ruined it for me. I think overall now I'm calming down, but it just, I don't know, there's something weird at the chest.
Before we go into battle, let's take our shirts off. It's gonna make a lot of sense.
He are we, the trailer's an add-on, right?
I don't
Or is
think
that
so.
all-
Nope. It looks
Well,
like it's
that's
on his
kind of
back.
cool.
Yeah.
That's kind of cool.
Advertised as transforming in one whole thing. Like it's a one shebang, no parts forming, yada yada. That's the quote on some of the pictures I've seen.
Okay, well,
Well, they put that quote on their fucking Astro Train too, and you still have to take a piece off.
Right. I didn't say it was law. I just said that's what they say.
I'll tell you that does.
Oh,
that
those
does
people.
make
Yeah.
Jesus. That does
Them.
make me a little bit more forgiving.
Yeah,
Be more sensitive.
I just can't take the big wings on his back, and then like the actual
don't like
shot
that?
of the back. No,
No, I don't. I think it stands out way too much. They're not wings. They look like a fucking upside down cape. He's not
Yeah.
a seeker, dude. He's a fucking truck.
Okay,
But I think
so
go ahead.
here's the thing. From the back, those wings are going to be colored like the trailer, because that is most definitely a big chunk of trailer
That is. They're gonna.
that
flip-
they're just they're like, just put it on his back and we'll call it the wings.
You are absolutely right, Justin. Those are gonna be like orange on one side and red behind it and stuff.
Mhm.
At
Yeah.
the
It's
same
gonna work.
At the same time, though, I think that they're going like especially the way they had that pose with Optimus. Like they're kind of taking the. To be honest, I feel like they're kind of trying to take the fire out from underneath MMC's wings, but trying to go the Studio Ox route, because this is like directly from a Studio Ox drawing of the two of them.
I mean, this guy's up for pre-order on TF Source already, and I'm gonna tell you right now, I prefer the Digibash over their final version.
That Studio Ox drawing, I don't know. I don't think the wings look quite that way. This Rodimus is definitely I'll look good from the front, but from the back, I'm just not going to look anything like the bottom's supposed to be. I mean, that's the big problem with it. So,
A $164.95 pre-order.
and I also don't understand the scale they're going for. So they have them sitting next to a knockoff MP10. I know this because I own one. Treason. And then,
You are traitor to transform a community.
right.
My Gundam collection will destroy.
But then in vehicle mode, and this has left things like all over the place with people. Like Tformers.com had the most weird Photoshop size comparison where people are like, he's gonna be smaller than MP10. I'm like, there's a picture of him standing right next to MP10. The hell do you think he's gonna be sized? They had him as like Faith Leader size, but that him in alt mode is next to that Faith Leader, who's just way too small for the actual like current masterpiece scale. Like it makes no sense. It is just all over the place. I don't get it.
Yeah, I think. Well, I mean, I think that they're. I'm just playing devil's advocate. I think that they're kind of stuck. Since they're trying to do the trailer being all encompassing and all that, like, so something's gonna come up short. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, the whole thing.
Oh, come on now. I don't think I don't hate this.
Yeah, You're a bad judge of taste, man. You know what you're saying.
This looks like it'd be a good one just to have. Like, it doesn't look like it's really going to be like, you know, you're going to get all Autobot cars or all the Dinobots or the third-party Masterpiece Dinobots. This kind of just seems like a one-off to me, where it's just like a Rodimus collector wants a newer version of Rodimus. That's just the vibe I'm kind of getting, because it's kind of like in between so many things, and it's just like, it's so chaotic in weird ways that, you know, it just, I think it's not really meant, regardless of what pictures they want to advertise it with. To me, it's almost like it's going to appeal more to people that are just like strictly Rodimus collectors, or they just like really random variations of stuff. So you never know. It doesn't look like it's, you know, strictly appealing to one particular grouping of Transformer series.
It is a bizarre facial expression, though. Like, his face kind of squinched up, and like the
wheels on his shoulders suck.
I see. I don't. That looks like the drawing, though.
It looks like a knockoff
That
piece
looks
of plastic.
Drinking the Kool-Aid, Bobby. Third-party
See,
Kool-Aid.
I'm drinking that third-party Kool-Aid. I'm sorry. I like. There's a part of me that wants to hate this. Not hate this, but there's a part of me that wants to totally dismiss it, right? Because I feel like Mirage isn't the figure I wanted it to be. I have a sinking suspicion that Astro Train is not going to be the figure I want it to be, and I kind of feel like this is going to not be what I want it to be. But I'm stuck because my, like, you know, it's one of those things, man. Like, my mind's telling me no, but my body,
my body's telling me yeah. Charge it to the MasterCard with cash back.
3%.
And don't forget to donate to the Church of Thanos at that. Look, I'm just saying, I think that if they would have made this bad boy maybe Voyager size and called it Hot Rod, it would have been an instant buy for me. But I already have a Masterpiece Rodimus. Granted, he has a busted ankle.
See, that's the other thing.
So, you know, like, I would have preferred him to be kind of like, you know, hey, look, it's Hot Rod. Let's stop making a Rodimus Prime. Let's make a Hot Rod that kind of looks like his IDW counterpart.
There's so much Masterpiece stuff that we need, and this is not one of them.
Yep.
My question is, which side of the wings are going to suffer from the paint job? Is it going to be cast in yellow, or is it going to be cast in the Rodimus tan? I would assume it would have to be, well, the Rodimus red, whatever. Yeah. But I feel like it would have to be that red color, because then the truck looks stupid.
Right.
And that means that the back is going to suffer from not being painted very well, because yellow is virtually impossible for people to get right.
That's true.
Yep.
Poor Hasbro with their bumblebees.
But
yep, I expect to see paint chips with red plastic
just
underneath.
in the mirror.
It is pretty impressive, though. Like, somebody's going to give me a fucking inch on this thing, okay? So to speak. But it is pretty impressive that it does turn into the whole kit and caboodle.
Yeah, that is a plus. There's not a lot of fucking kibble hanging off of him.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, the last time we got
titaniums.
Yeah, about to say the last time we saw something like this was the Titanium Rodimus Prime, but that was crap.
I was out of collecting at that point. I was out of collecting Transformers at that point, I should say.
What a coincidence! Hasbro was at Transformers at that point too.
They're just trying to get back in the game, man. They don't know what's going on.
What a coinky think.
Curious. But yeah, I mean, you know, it looks great, but I already have a Masterpiece Rodimus. I'd love to have a Voyager Hot Rod to go ahead with her.
I would have liked if it was an IDW Hot Rod too. Like, if you know, I'm starting. I feel myself sinking into that fucking rabbit hole that Greg has been preaching about now for like over a year with the IDW shelf. I feel myself sinking into it. So I probably would have sucked my teeth into an IDW Rodimus, but this isn't out of the question for me. I'm just gonna put that out there.
It's a lot of money.
It is a lot of money.
Bobby, if you buy this, we're done. We're over.
You know what, Bobby? If you buy this, you have to pay penance by recording yourself throwing $20 bills in front of the camera and then slowing it down while you're playing. Y'all gonna make me lose my mind, because that is what you're doing by purchasing this.
Because you're gonna buy this, and then you're gonna make a fucking 20-minute long video about how bad it sucks and how no one should buy it. And you're going to know deep down the fucking inside, deep down inside, you're going to know you knew better.
Yeah.
And you're going to blame the company, not Bobby. Not
You're
Bobby,
right.
you're going to blame the
You're
company.
right. You're right.
You know what though? He kind of has to buy this because he needs a leader for his Ollie troop build squad.
Only guy in the collection, in the whole collection team that has like 5 Ollies on his shelf. This dude's fucking amazing. God damn.
I wish there was a guy out there. Like, I want to meet this guy. This guy that's like has like such like a lot of money and such a cynical attitude about the fandom that he's like, no, dude, I only buy pieces of shit. Like, I have a whole wall shelving unit filled with nothing but Ollie and Kronos and fucking every
variable. Yeah.
every deluxe over the past 3 years. Huh?
Why don't you wait till next week to make fun of him when he's here to defend himself?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, thick burn. Thick burn.
I love
Thick
my collection.
burn.
Fuck you guys.
Fuck
right.
y'all, man. Hey, Hasbro.
Yeah.
Fuck y'all.
So before we move on, since this is DX9, I haven't been paying much attention to reviews on Astro Train. What is the verdict on that one? Is he a?
There's only like 1 or 2 people that have it,
Right.
and I haven't watched either.
Yeah.
I'm gonna see you.
I heard he was simply brilliant. I heard it was marvelous.
Brilliant. This is just
outstanding.
It is kind of not
Track.
speaking about anybody specifically, but it is kind of funny that like everybody that gets their shit early never has anything bad to say.
Yeah. See, that's kind of my concern about it, and I do have to watch them, like I said. But yeah, some people are like another friend of mine who's into Transformers said, "Oh, it's gotten some negative press." I'm like, really? Like, I didn't think anybody who would say negative things has reviewed it yet, but
Right.
So
I
don't think there's going to be a clear winner with this one, Justin. It's just like
sure.
that last time everybody got excited about something. What was it, Bobby? I forget.
Puffer.
Yeah. That's it. I don't think there's really a clear winner. Like, I mean, even I sent my Toy World because it was missing a part anyway, so I'm actually sending that one back. Anyway, like I'm getting my money back for it. I mean, it's a decent figure. Like it looks good, like I said, in all its modes, but getting it there sucks. Mm. And the fact that like I had a bunch of loose parts on it, and then it was missing a fucking part right out of the box. And then this thing, like it was in robot mode, I guess, but it just looks like a big ass fucking classics figure, just like every fucking thing they make.
Right.
And that it's just not size isn't enough for me to fit it in with my my masterpiece.
See, my big concern is I don't want this to be a Kronos abort, type situation. Like it's too late.
Abort.
Dude, that was a funny day.
So that's kind of why I'm worried. I'm like, don't really want to spend the money if he's really not good. Like I don't know where my friend said oh yeah, he's been getting negative press. I'm like, from where? Like I haven't seen any of that.
I don't know, man. It does and I also I am a BotCon 08. Which was the one I went to. I think it was 08. Yeah, was a miserable experience for me. Everything great about that experience happened outside of the convention, with the exception of one thing, and that was buying that Studio Ox art book, which is one of the prize pieces of my collection. I love that shit, and this does scratch that itch for me, and I'm a sucker for it.
Well, just think, Bobby. Somewhere out there, somebody's favorite toys are throttle bots. The original ones, because that's what they had as a kid. It can't be helped that you've had poor experiences that make you think bad things are good. It's okay.
Yo, you talk bad about Runabout and Runamuck, you son of a bitch. God, I love those guys.
I can never keep them straight, but the black and red one, is that Runamuck?
I could never keep straight either, bro.
I believe.
It's the whole Rumble Frezzy.
I tell you what, I had I when it comes to 50-50 shots, I fuck it up. I'm guaranteed to fuck up a 50-50 shot. But Runabout, whatever the black and red one is, still works.
That is Runabout. Yeah.
Still works like a champ.
Mm-hmm. I saw that in your video.
Yep. I had to reshoot it 2 or 3 times to get it to fuck up for the sake of the joke. I put like all the other ones in the back, like at the like deleted scenes. It was like, fuck, it works. Like I totally didn't expect it to. All right, that's enough on this. I hope I know I'm gonna end up getting this. I know I'm gonna end up getting this. God damn it.
God damn it.
Listen to your heart.
Oh,
well,
is another Rodimus.
Well,
Yeah,
speaking of something that's
you at least know the melody of the rest of the song. Clear.
No, I
Go.
guy. So speaking of which, moving on next to Giga Power Grassor Slag, yeah, not MP Slag. Grassor. Asshole. Because we're mature.
This doesn't do it for me.
I gotta give them credit. Somehow the legs are not there. Now, I don't know if that means they're not on the prototype.
Yeah, because it doesn't look like they're
they
on the
fold
inside
away.
either.
Yeah, you know, like...
They're parts forming.
Meanwhile, at Giga Power, hey, Lee. Yeah, what's up? Where are the legs for the dinos? Ah, shit, man. These got shipped out. Oh,
fact-
they're gonna fucking bash us. They're gonna bash us all.
Upgrade set.
Upgrade set. Another $50. Ka-ching.
I'm pretty sure the
Put
legs.
SXX on the box and send it on out.
Yeah,
Look use that Fans Project looking logo we got, man. They won't know the difference. Fans are stupid.
Oh, Trans Project? All right, man, I got it.
Man, we sure sound a lot like Southern guys for people from China. But that doesn't matter.
I'm gonna drop off the Staples on my way home. I'll get it right out.
I love you, Greg.
I don't
I love
like.
you, Oscar.
I don't like the excessive amount of line work on this thing. Like I like line work, but this is over the top for me. This looks like a Pinterest board.
Here we go.
Sorry.
Here
I don't care for this.
Yeah,
Drinking that
and you know what?
Kool-Aid.
I mean, I don't care for you, you son of a bitch.
Yeah, see, that's
Fucking
another
right.
thing. Drinking that now, I'm drinking the Hasbro Kool-Aid. I just
Piece of shit. I don't know what that means.
The other thing about this toy that I noticed is, with respect to his legs, he's most definitely got holes on the side there, so I'm pretty sure they're just not attached.
Yeah, I think so too. I'm gonna look up the because there was like conceptual drawings of him earlier on, right? I think so that we saw. Let me see if I can.
Man, I already got a fucking.
You can see the assembly line.
Oh yeah, the legs are definitely on the fucking side of it in the conceptual drawing, like definitely there, just hanging out.
Very
You
nice.
go through the other photos they have up for this, so you can see the assembly line for all the feet.
For all
A lot
the
of
feet.
feet. A lot of feet.
I already got a slag. I don't need another one.
Yeah,
I mean,
you see
I
that?
don't care about.
Yeah, who own, you guys that own the Scoria? Clearly, is that looking better than this or what?
Oh yeah.
I prefer the Scoria over this.
I only pre-ordered their Snarl just to break it up a little bit and have like a big ass fucking dude in the back. Like that's, you know, the same reason Matt got himself arrested this morning. Like I just wanted to fucking mix it up. You know?
The like you see the big circle.
I mean, you know, the name.
You see the big circle in the legs, like in those assembly pictures. Like that is where the ball joint of those fucking dinosaur legs are gonna pop in, and that's gonna be the end of it.
Just like Matt getting himself arrested this morning.
Yeah. I mean, it was really ballsy of Matthew to go ahead and chug a fifth of Jack and then hang out outside a strip club that's closed, going, where the pussy at? But
I was just kidding about stealing me that TV. When he said hashtag done, I didn't think he was serious.
Good times. This is
I
so. It,
Matt, I'm gonna put $20 in your commissary. Spend it on condoms.
and ramen noodle soup.
We've been to jail before we know.
And speaking of, here's some possibilities. From the Hasbro Takara side of the news feed, Voyager Starscream, which I'm kind of, obviously these are prototypes, but it's,
and we're not even sure exactly what this is.
yeah.
It is so weird, the news this week, that nobody knows what anything actually is.
But I'm guessing the wings do fold up all the way. They just can't right at the moment.
Yeah. They ran out of silly tech.
Yeah, dude, still one of my favorite bits. $2.99 silver tag, and then you have Rock 25. Dude, the guy that took this picture is this like bald-headed biker-looking dude. Scroll down, you can see his reflection in the glass.
Nice. Man, this shit right
He
here.
probably,
Yes.
he probably was gonna steal the motherfucker and throw it on eBay.
Yeah,
This was his fucking listing photo.
I'm gonna sell this to Sabertron. They're gonna put their fucking watermarks all over it.
Hill. Then I'll kill that girl in the house I got tied up.
But
I mean,
this looks very
Knockoff. Like,
yeah, at the moment. But
this is the what is it? Dollar Tree Voyager Starscream. Is that what this is?
if this
it does.
if this is legit though, you know, I gotta tip my hat to Hasbro for not going. We're gonna repaint that Jetfire 8 more times.
But
Oh,
it
it's
kind of
def- this
ruins
is
it if
definitely-
you're
Look at
trying
the
to
forearms.
if
Look at
you're.
Go ahead.
I mean, like it kind of is if you are trying to kind of amass a modern take on Hasbro's Seekers that isn't masterpiece scale, you know, because. I mean, it's wow. The way the hands, like, what the fuck is their deal with making hands that are halfway open with peg holes in them? They look ridiculous, first of all, and secondly, like this thing just looks hollow. Looks like a big old hollow nightmare.
Well, that's what I was just getting ready to say. This is definitely a Hasbro product. If you scroll down to like the last picture in the series, like if you look at the underside of the forearms, the inside of the calves, the inside of even the inside of the thighs are fucking hollow.
I don't know. This is real bad for even Hasbro. I mean, seriously, I don't know if this is legitimate. So
You're giving them the benefit of the doubt. Check you out. But
I thought for sure that somebody typoed me when I saw this because I was like, why did they make a new Legends mold already?
yeah, I thought the same. I thought the same.
I was like, what the fuck is that? That's not Voyager.
I
It's
also
just-
find. I was also going to say, I also find the books to the right a little bit weird. The American Journal of
Yeah.
Play and What Makes Learning Fun, and I don't know. This is just weird.
And then there's that dope chart too. It's like, here's red, here's kind of red, here's a little yellow, here's more yellow.
Yeah, I noticed that too.
Just figure yellow or green, or is it black and blue? What colors to dress?
But I think that, like, you know, I don't know.
I like the face sculpt. That looks pretty nice.
Yeah, I think if this was, you know, like I hope you could do something with the nose cone of the jet because it doesn't look like the jet sits flush up against the body,
Yep.
and
I'm supposed to see the nose code.
and yeah, the nose cone.
You can throw the whole thing away.
Yeah, it looks like there might be a hinge there to fold it back, but like, you know, with them doing away with the deluxe Seeker mold, and then, you know, obviously we're getting Thundercracker as Jetfire or, you know, whatever, and then we'll probably get more repaints of that. For them to do one specifically for Starscream, that would be nice.
Yeah. I'm gonna be looking forward to the tweets and Facebook posts of "Fuck you, Uggy! I got my Voyager Raptors right here, man. Fuck yeah!
Yeah.
Put it right next to my Combined Wars Menasor."
Oh god, dude, I fucking hate that thing. I seriously hate that thing.
You
like
love it.
like
You love
Westboro Baptist Church, and then that thing.
Wow.
Like
So there's your plans for the evening, Bobby?
yeah, because it is Wednesday, right? We got midweek service.
That's
But,
where he met up with the guy who sold him this shit. Was that they were picketing him for the local funeral. You evil guy 26? Yeah, mine. Oh, you're Skullface? Huge fan. Don't say that out loud. There you go, buddy. I like your videos. Can I get a shout out? No. No, you may not.
The and I got more news for you. I ain't crazy about that whole Rewind Chrome Dome bit of business, but
Steaks.
I used to love Chrome
That
Dome.
goddamn Conjax Obama shit.
I used to love Chrome Dome till that socialist Brit got a hold of him.
He's pushing the cage into forward, which I don't appreciate very much. Thank you. Thank you.
And Rewind is the furthest thing from a homosexual. He's a nice, pleasant little tape folds up into his buddy's chest.
Nothing sexual about that at all. No.
But this, I don't know. I don't know. I don't hate this. You know.
I do.
Jesus, Justin, you were a negative Nancy tonight.
Fuck this thing. I am so convinced that this is a knockoff of some form.
The other thing, like Sabertron, like has kind of made a big deal about promoting this post, and like they are a very pro official site. You know, that's the only thing that's like making me think that maybe this is legit.
What if this is a knockoff? Because all that shit in the background's kind of weird, like the color chart,
True.
the books and shit.
True.
So what if it's photoshopped? What if this is the part of the exhibit at the Children's Museum where they have a bunch of knockoffs and there's like pentagrams and swastikas everywhere, and like as the kids walk in and out of the room, they beat him with a fucking leather belt, and like, just what happens when you buy Chinese-made shit?
Dude, what if there was a knockoff museum?
That would be awesome.
I know.
Oh, I was gonna say,
I know a knockoff museum.
Yeah, it's in Pennsylvania.
It's in Maryland. No.
No,
Hold on, fun chat.
Oh God.
Hold on. You know what it's gonna say. Hold on. Everybody's waiting.
Yeah, we're waiting for
You know
it.
what
I'll try to. Let's see what else.
Yes.
Yes.
His basement.
Yes. But anyway, and then they had the picture. And then I found it. Oh, I guess because they're just trying to say, look at these galleries too. Because this is that guy that like I think runs Sabertron. He like takes pictures of so on and so forth. But like I don't know. I'll be interested to see where this goes as well. I feel like the Emperor tonight. Like I will watch this with great interest. All right, and then a Hasbro rumor.
Yes, Hasbro rumor of Blackjack being discontinued.
What are we gonna do? I'm not gonna get my G1 class. Check my blackjack.
That is because
that was Mr. Bill Cosby at cheddarcastonline@gmail.com.
There is definitely one person on eBay working for Hasbro selling these things for triple their cost. You know, this is like a Hasbro marketing tool now too. So
a Big Bad Toy Store, it's still $24 for the set of two.
Yeah,
or $40 on Robot Kingdom. Shout out to Siler.
Yeah, that is interesting because people were freaking out, and then like,
random.
And then Greg was like, "Well, here they are for dollars above retail."
And then the guy's like, "No, not anyone said it's a big difference since that $20 shipping that's going to get me."
That I love, like whenever I like I've said before on this podcast, like I listen to just about every Transformers podcast out there, and most of it is exhausting. I'm not going to lie to you, but there's a fair amount that I enjoy too for different reasons. But every time, like I hear it all the time, like people are like, "Yeah, I'm getting it from Robot Kingdom. You know, it's like $10 less than a Big Bad Toy Store. Like, can you guys believe it?" And I'm just thinking to myself, like, this must be this guy's first fucking time. Because he's getting ready to pay $35.44 for fucking shipping.
And that's the thing. People are like, "Oh yeah, fucking buy from Japan. Like you get I got a masterpiece for $45 with shipping. It was still $10 less than Big Bad Toy Store, and I got it like a month early." And they're like, "Oh shit, hey, what's that site? Wait, Robot Kingdom sounds like a legitimate site. Put in my credit card here." And they're like, "Yeah, dude, I got that Japanese hookup. Paid $74.99 for Wheeljack. Shipping was only $30." And I got that shit fucking 2 months after you did.
Yeah. Well, there's the other ones like
motherfuckers.
Like Justin uses like Anime Export and HLJ, don't you?
Yeah.
And you have you don't have any problems there, right?
Not really. I mean, you have to be smart though, because EMS is ridiculously expensive. So you gotta make sure the price is worth doing. Anime Export is cheap as dirt. So yeah. Even with EMS, I'm like, well, whatever. Who gives a shit?
my only concern with that is like it's just my luck that I would order off of there and it would be a complete piece of shit. Like, it would come to my house and be the fucking the postman ran it over on the way in.
HLJ does a really good job packing their stuff. Like they're one of the better people I've actually dealt with. So Anime Export I've only done I think one time, and I can't remember that one off the top of my head, but hey, I'm back in for Star Saber and Trek, so, couldn't
Anime
be that
Export
bad.
does a heavy, like kind of lighter colored cardboard box that's synonymous with China. Good packing. I got some Datsuns from there. It's all about really when you order from Japan too. You got to watch the exchange rate because sometimes you can get a really good deal.
Right.
But if the exchange rate's not like sometimes you can get it for $30 less than like American retail, and then sometimes you get it for like $10 less than American retail.
Yeah, I will say Trax was only $40 on there. So
yeah, and Ami Ami's pretty good too. And there's one called Tokyo Otaku, and they're gonna fucking send you an email like every 20 minutes with a bunch of fucking anime characters in it. But they do pretty good too.
And if you're looking for kind of older stuff, they go by Mandarake, but it's spelled Mandrake, and they're pretty good about finding things in really good condition, but their site's really
quick
difficult to deal with. So, but it's good to find obscure things. Like, I have no doubt a Cloud Rodimus will show up there, like, for less than retail price as opposed to, like, the ridiculous $200 asking price now.
Well, kind of about masterpieces, especially the cars. There's a good Chinese site called SirToys.com, and you can usually get set up for about $20 and $30 shipping.
Shipped. They got that new Hercules set over there too. So, what were you saying, Mike?
Who? What? Who? Me?
Yeah, you were saying it real quick.
Oh, I don't know what you're talking about, man.
Way to stay on top of
Skiing,
things.
man.
Oh, maybe I'm going crazy.
So do we think Blackjack's actually discontinued?
I don't think so. I'm pretty sure I saw it at retail. I had a fucked up dream recently where like it sounds crazy and it's gonna sound like people are like, there he goes again. But like I had a dream that like I went to a toy store and all they had was toys. Like they had brand new toys, but all they had was shit that I didn't want. And Blackjack was there.
There he goes.
But like I also am pretty sure that I saw him in my hunting this past weekend because I saw they had like this one place I went to had like all the legends. Like they had the new Huffer, you know, and that's part of the same wave. So I'm pretty sure I saw him. And if I didn't see him, they had Huffer, so he was in that same assortment. So he was there at one point.
Well, do me a favor, Bobby. If you do see him, grab him for me. So I'll pay back. So
okay.
See, this is one of those instances where like my first reaction was like to do the smart thing and buy a few.
Yeah.
And then I was like, man, this is gonna be the one fucking time. That like,
yeah, exactly. But like, why would they discontinue it?
It doesn't make sense. Yeah. Yeah.
Andrew, you know, the Pen and Stare got one today, I think, and he said it's a pretty neat little Legends figure.
Yeah.
He said he doesn't have like the knuckle cannons like all the Legends seem to have these days, and that he's a pretty cool little fella. But like, he picked it up, so they're out. You know, they're out there.
Yeah. Well, here's the problem. I haven't seen anything at my local store, so you know that's why. Like, you see it, grab it for me because you know I don't want Huffer, so I don't want a pre-order. Right. I already feel dirty that I'm getting that Warpath, you know, that Megatron Warpath, because that one I did pre-order.
Ugh, gross.
Keep in mind that the Blackjack turns into a bra, and the other Legends turn into guns, so that's why he doesn't have the knuckle cannons.
Well, that's why they're discontinuing it too.
Our little Minosaur's growing up. He needs to learn.
But like, he
I know all about that, sucker. Let me preach. All about that. Racist. Gay agenda coming through.
I need work. Take it back to the shelf. Put it back in the box and I'm in the Hasbro.
Come meet me in my van. I got puppets.
You need Blackjack. I got it in my van.
With the puppets.
But why would they discontinue it? I mean, like a safety issue,
sense. Yeah.
Or maybe the name.
Yeah, I suppose if anything, it could be like, promoting gambling.
There's no.
Super conscious.
No. It was some white college student in California that found out it had a racial connotation in the 18th.
Oh yeah, there you go.
And they're throwing a fit.
Oh my god, man. First they did that Mobar shit with that Takara thing. Now they're doing this? Not my watch, bro.
Exactly.
Pass the bowl.
It's always it's like they went and they got their fucking coffee and they got their little knit hat, and then
And they had a meeting somewhere.
They had they had a meeting at the media center.
Yeah.
Moonflower, how's that hemp sweater coming along? It's coming, Silverbeam. You just got to give me time. Okay, excellent. Rainbow Warrior, what's your update? Check it. This gas station tried to increase their prices to like $2.99. I took down the prices. Oh, brother, Mother Earth thanks you. Gaia is in your heart. Excellent. I just basically told you what the next Bill and Ted movie is going to be like.
And like, and then I don't know. That's what I'm guessing that it was something, or maybe it was the gambling thing. They were like, you're promoting gambling to kids, even though gambling isn't even illegal in like most places in the country anymore. So I don't know.
Okay, is everyone all right?
Yeah,
Someone fell.
Somebody bodied somebody.
Earthquake, sorry. That wasn't even me, and I'm making excuses.
Okay. Discussion for the week. We have two. We're going to do the non-controversial one first, and then we'll get into the controversy because there's been a fair amount of controversy this week. So, with buying figures, right? Obviously, you want the package deal, but when it comes down to playability versus like shelf presence, what is more important? And I'm going to give the example that made me think of it. And that is Feral Rex. Like, Feral Rex on a shelf makes a fucking statement. You know what I mean? Like, I have people like in my basement all the time that know nothing about Transformers or any of that shit. And when they see Feral Rex, they stop and ask a question about it. It just has a presence. But it's not the easiest unit, assembled to fuck about with. It's big and bulky, and it's weighty, so like the knee ratchets aren't the strongest for it, and it has some issues that way. So for me personally, like just thinking about it off the top of my head, like I want it for display purposes more so than anything else, so that's ultimately I guess my priority. But I don't know, what are you guys' thoughts on it? Anybody?
Well, you know what, and I've said this before, like everybody's like, oh, you sell shit all the time. But I mean, if it's something that like I don't ever get the urge to pick up and mess with, like it better be something pretty fucking awesome. Because if it was something I was kind of on the fence about to begin with, and then like I never want to mess with it, then it's gone. Like I mean, there's some shit that's just not like Utopia. Like that's a cool figure, you know what I mean? I've transformed it once to one mode. You know what I mean? And it's just like, it's a chore, but it's cool to have it. You know what I mean? Like it's definitely fucking sets a presence. I actually got my hands on it right now. I'm not going to pick it up, but I'm touching it. The Feral Rex is another one. I mean, it's just a lot of work to go through, and just like that is something you don't really casually just pick up a binder and like, go through, especially one of that caliber. I mean, we're not talking about like fucking G1 Piranacon or anything where you just pull the legs out and flip the head around and there you are.
And staple bath toys to it.
Staple bath toys. A wind-up shark.
Just for those listening, like one time, Greg and I saw this custom. I'm using bunny ears. You can't see it, but I'm making the quotation marks with my fingers. Custom figure of Piranacon, and it was basically this guy that had like hot glued, one of those sets of like sea creatures that you buy at like the aquarium. It comes with like 8 assorted animals. It'll be like a dolphin and a shark and like a different type of shark and a whale and a stingray, and it like hot glued them to like side panels of different members of Piranacon. Go ahead.
Well, no. I was just gonna say. I mean, and I thought you. I didn't think you'd go into that much detail. I thought you'd just say a fucking rubber shark on a G1 Transformer. But to his credit, the right leg was like the fucking this like kind of hard to get Japanese redeco of Tentakill. There's like literally this one gold nugget. Like, huh? I could probably get $50 for that.
Even a broken clock is right twice a day.
Yeah, it's just like, and then it built around that. Oh, and the fucking chest plate. Oh my god. It was like fucking paper mache and like I don't know, like blue tack.
But anyway, like
And then like coat hanger wire making the little fucking things.
there are like
I'll give Justin a picture to post on the YouTube. If you guys are watching YouTube, you'll see a picture of it pop up right about now.
actually it'll be on our regular feed too. But like there are figures that I have that are great figures that don't have as much shelf presence as like Feral Rex, and like part of it is like his size and the wings and all that stuff, like of course, but even like Masterpiece, like the Masterpiece Seekers, like they aren't a whole lot of fun to like pick up and fuck around with, but they look fantastic, standing in a pose on a shelf. So like I really think that that's my priority. I honestly, like I don't have the time to fuck around with my figures as much as I would like to, and it's mainly because of these goddamn kids. But like,
I'm a proud parent.
yeah. Like I gotta go to an assembly tomorrow for my daughter won a character award. So I gotta go to.
Way to go, honey! Now Daddy loses all his free time because you're accomplishing shit. Thanks a lot.
No, but you know what I'm saying. Like, obviously, I want to go to that instead of fucking around with some toys. But I don't get the opportunity to do such. So what I do get out of those toys is the brief times I get to go into the basement and walk around, or just go in the basement and put something down there. I get to walk past those shelves and enjoy them. Enjoy looking at them for just a minute. And that's what is ultimately the most important thing to me, I think, in my collection, is just the way they look on a shelf, which is kind of depressing the more I talk about it.
For me personally, I am definitely a display, not play, more so. That's like, the focus, like you said. That's kind of what draws me to them. But what I actually will call a good figure usually is both. Like it has a good shelf presence and it's fun to mess with. And then I'm like, okay, that's a good toy. So
Can I throw out a message to our listeners? If anyone was on Twitter Wednesday, the picture I just tweeted, that's what I was talking about.
Okay.
Okay, sorry.
But yeah, now what about
I didn't
you?
mean to interrupt.
You're definitely a play over display.
Oh yeah, I love the fact, especially like with third party and some of the stuff they release. Like for a while there, I was on this like photography kick while I was trying to get them in many different poses as possible. And there's some figures that like that I don't know, sitting on my shelf. If I could look at them, and I look at them for maybe like a couple of minutes, like all right, now I got to fool around with this guy a bit. That I know I made a good purchase, but I just look at him and go, yeah. That dude's going on eBay. I mean, I can't. I don't see like good example. Feral Rex, like great fucking combiner, looks imposing. I get the same thing when I get guests here. They look at that guy because he's out in the living room right now. Right. I got that guy out there with Citizen Stacks, and they're just like, "What the fuck are those?" I'm like, "Oh, this is Feral." Da, 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 da. And then and it's like, at the same time, I handle it. I'm comfortable, but the moment can I see it? Yeah, they pick one up. I'm all like, easy. It's like, it's like $500, man. What the fuck, dude?
Yeah.
It's like, don't fuck around with that. Come on. But at the same time, it's. Go ahead. You were saying?
I was gonna say it's kind of like that time I went to Bobby's party, Halloween party, the first time I went there, and someone was like whipping around his Masterpiece Megatron. I'm like, oh shit. Yeah, that thing's fragile as hell.
Yeah, it's funny, man. Like I had shout out to this dude Wolf. He knows who he is, but he's like a local guy, and like I think he was like, I can't remember, like he was checked out the podcast first or whatever, but like he hit me up and was like, dude, are you in Frederick? And I was like, yeah. And he's like, oh fuck. He's like, I knew it. He's like, I can tell by.
I'm outside your house right now.
No, he was very cool, but we got to talk. We're like, man, let's fucking hang out. Like, I don't know anybody in the area that's into Transformers, so like, we did hang out once. We're gonna hang out again. It's just schedules and so forth. But like, he came over, and he was like, dude, can I see Scoria? Because like, he was interested in it. I was like, hey, yeah, man, absolutely. I picked it up. I gave it to him. And, like, he sat down. He started like transforming it, and like I was like, in my head. I mean, I've never told him this, so if he's listening now, like, dude, it's definitely cool. But like in my head, I was like, oh my god, I didn't know he meant to really fuck with it. I thought he'd pick it up and give it like a little wiggle or something, but this guy's really going for it. And I was like, be cool, be cool.
Hey, did you lean in and go, "Hey, Mac, did I show you my gun collection too?"
It's like, you know, and like luckily, like he couldn't figure something out, and then I couldn't remember how to do it either. So I was like, oh, I'm just gonna put it back on the shelf, and I'll show you another time. But like I think that stems from an experience I had with my buddy Adams, like my best friend. He came over one time. I just got Masterpiece Megatron, and he was like, hey man, can I transform it? And I was like, yeah. I was like, just dude, like, you know, we can go back like whatever.
It's like, yeah, we got a couple of hours.
Since Jesus was in short pants. So I was like, you know, look, if you break it, you buy it. And he was like, yeah, cool, man, no problem. Fucking like 2 seconds later, he broke it. Like, you had to buy me another one. But like, I think that like all my concerns stem from that moment. But like
I have those friends that when they come over and you know we're in the office, you know, we'll be talking and I'll like step out for a second. I come back, I see fucking, you know, Megatron giving Starscream head because, you know, posability, right? That's why we so I get to walk into shit like that sometimes. But at the same time, it's like, you know, we buy these for the purposes of nostalgia. We buy these because they're fun. So I don't see, you know, like I don't mind when they handle it. Of course, I'm going to watch them like a fucking hawk, like they're handling a newborn baby because they didn't pay $130 for that figure or $100 for that figure. I did.
right.
You know, so I believe our concerns are justified.
Yeah.
So, you know, we're told to be a little like, you know.
Speaking of the head thing, shout out to Decepticon. We'll talk about him a little bit later on. But like I saw him earlier this week. He posted this picture that he made of fucking Grimlock, Masterpiece Grimlock, giving Masterpiece Ultra Magnus a blowjob, and the fact that he put the Ultra Magnus's like O face on kind of put me over the edge a little bit. Like, but like he did it and he put it in like the Transformer Addicts page, which if you know, like it's a big page and there's plenty of like drama over there, and like he like wrote me privately and was like, dude, I just posted a picture of Grimlock giving Ultra Magnus a blowjob and the nerds are going crazy.
He would never do that, motherfucker, man. That's the gay agenda.
Exactly. Mr. Real Robot, what are your thoughts on collecting as far as display versus play and posability versus, you know, shelf presence?
Right now, my main concern is basically what can help me take pictures. And it kind of sucks because I look at figures that if I stopped doing pictures, I would never ever consider getting rid of them. But then I get something like Ultra Magnus, like a Masterpiece Ultra Magnus, and in my giant ass light box, he takes up all the fucking space.
Right.
So my thought is, he's too fucking big. I gotta get rid of this motherfucker. But then I'm like, you idiot, what the fuck are you talking about, man? He's gorgeous, you know? So my main thing now, I guess, on a day-to-day basis is just general appearance, you know, if I think it looks good. Overall, though, I mean, I like to have a mix, and playability is kind of a weird term, I think, now, because we're dealing with, you know, $100, $200, $300, potentially more toys. So the term playability to me is like, if you're playing with a $200 toy, like you're like, you know, old school G.I. Joes, making them kick the shit out of each other and
sitting on the floor,
throwing them in the
convention.
right. Now, you know, you
Megatron.
yeah, you do that with like an Armada figure. I you know, that's fine. But you know, if I ever see someone like for real playing with an MP10 or something like that, I'm gonna be like, bro, you got to go, man.
What if I posed to you a G1 toy that is notorious for costing over $200? If someone were to do that and you saw it, how would you feel?
Hey, you know, it's G1. I'm not a big G1 collector, so I'd just be like, yeah, you like that? You like that shit?
Bitch.
Yeah. I'll let you guys deal with all that extra fucking weaponry and all that. But one example I do want to give of ones, like as far as playability, I guess, would be like the transformation sequence. I read before Smart Robin came out, and I was like the ultimate hater because quite a few people that I saw online in different places were like, oh my god, it's so amazing, and just these over-the-top descriptions of how he transforms. And I was like, get the fuck out of here. There has been anything that's that awesome. And sure as shit, I get a Smart Robin, and I go through the transformation sequence, and I was like, jaw on the floor. I was like, damn, now that is how you fucking make a toy. That is fucking sweet. Now, he doesn't fit into my personal collection, but he's one I'm always looking for cheap again, because he's the kind of toy that if I was going to carry around and screw with all day, or like keep in an office or whatever the hell, you know what I mean, you want, like, where you would play with it, that would be the one. Like, and Chrome Dome actually I thought was pretty decent at first. Like, he was a good precursor. And then but Smart Robin, man, that thing blew the fucking hinges off. I really love the way that all fucking worked out.
Yeah, but you know, it's funny, like that Smart Robin, like
Great.
mercy. That Smart Robin, like he's not even on my shelf proper anymore, because like I have much more of a connection to the IDW Brainstorm, which I think robot mode Hasbro really fucking knocked out of the park. And like, so he's the one on my proper shelf, but I can't bring myself to get rid of that fucking Smart Robin, because it is a fucking work of art.
Hey, can you guys hear me?
Yep.
Yeah.
I've like disconnected and reconnected like several times. I tried to say something like 3 times, and like I kept.
Was it something along the lines of?
Goodbye eardrums.
Well, no, it's actually something more along the lines of, you know, why isn't no one responding to what I'm saying? I keep disconnecting and reconnecting. So
I know my phone's been, you know, going back and forth with Skype calls apparently. So that's very weird. I didn't even know I had Skype on my phone, and it's like joining the call. I'm like, I am in the call. Made me nervous for the recording computer. So good times.
is the recording going to be okay?
Oh
I
yeah,
hate to have to lose another recording.
it'll be fine.
Dude, that's
Good. Yeah,
um
especially when we had such a valued guest on.
yeah.
No hint of sarcasm.
no, like we had fucking like 3 or 4 IDW guys on.
Oh yeah, we had valued guests on that week.
And like
Yeah.
it was their first time on, you know what I mean? We're trying to make like a professional like you know, like whatever appearance, and you know, first fucking, you know, deluxe outs Greg for fucking giving him copies of IDW material, and then we lose the recording. We like had to come back to him like, would you guys mind coming on again? I mean, if you don't want to, it's fine, whatever, you don't have to. Like, this literally has never happened before. I'm sure you would have expected us to say this would never happen before, but I promise it actually has never happened. You know, it was just embarrassing. But yeah, ugh, I don't even like
It
to
works
think
out,
about it. It makes
though.
me hot inside. Huh?
I said it works out though.
Yeah, I mean, you know,
Right.
the world keeps spinning. But yeah, I don't know. I think that's a good point though, about that we are living in a funny age in terms of toys, because like, you know, most of the toys that we buy are this higher end collectible shit. Like, it does, you know, you don't feel comfortable, like, at least I don't, like, fucking about with them, because you're like, fuck, dude, like, if I break this shit doing something this retarded, you know, like I would like, I broke SXS Gears continuously variable, which is a piece of shit. I broke his gun within seconds of getting it out of the box. He had a gun plugged into the undercarriage of the hood, and I went to pull it out, and the fucking pistol grip, like, part of it just snapped right the fuck off.
Same thing happened to me with my Huff, my Cubex Huff. I popped that gun out and it snapped the parts that you join, you know, as the pegs that you peg together, snapped them both right off. Just taking it out of where you're supposed to take it out from.
Yeah, and like, to this day, my wife has no idea. Like, I would never tell her anything like that. Like if she asked, you know, and I wouldn't lie about it, but like, that is the type of information that would piss my wife off. Like, you know, like, if I was like, yeah, I just broke this fucking $70 toy that's going to be in clearance in a couple months for $30 at BBTS, but I don't know that because I can't see into the future, and I just broke the fucking gun on it.
Just wait. Fun facts for Larry next time I see
you. Yeah. Yeah.
So, did he ever tell you about that?
Funny story. You're gonna laugh. Oh, you're gonna laugh. Yeah.
I'm not that big of a dick. I'm a dick. Not that big of a dick.
But it's just like it does take the meaning out of the I guess we're using them as posable statues.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean definitely. And to go back, like what Swade was saying, playability to me is like the transformation. Like it's not like I'm matting it up around my house or anything like that. So, but yeah, that's when I say playability, it's transformation. How interesting that is to me.
Yeah. I think that's something different, though. Like I'm gonna be honest with you. Before I started reviewing toys, some of them I wouldn't even transform.
Mm-hmm.
Like I would mean to. I'd get them. They would come in bot mode. I'd be like, "This is how they're gonna go on the shelf." I'd put them downstairs. I'd be like, "Yeah, when you get a chance, you're gonna go down there and transform it." Then like 2 weeks go by, I wouldn't do it. 3 weeks go by, I go down there to like tidy up my basement. I end up just putting them on the shelf, and then that would be the end of it. Like I would actually forget, and then but now, it's nice doing the reviews because I actually get a little more familiar with everything that I buy. I feel like I appreciate it more or hate it more, depending on the piece.
What pisses me off now is trying to take photos for Instagram or whatever is, my main thing is, can I get a wicked pose out of this and get something else in the shot? Can I manipulate this figure the way I want it to get the kind of pictures I want? But the worst part for me is I don't have a proper full encased display, like a detolf and all that.
Right.
So I have a lot of stuff in boxes, and I tell you what, every time somebody makes a masterpiece and it's in alt mode, I can't tell you how much that pisses me the fuck off, because I'm so lazy that once I transform it to bot mode, I'm like, you're stuck there forever and you don't fit in the box. I'm just gonna throw the tray out and in the box you go. I fight the urge to actually for real do that. It's just a lazy thing, I guess. But yeah, my main thing is just basically, can you get him in multiple poses? Can you, something cool?
Yeah.
Because I'm not kicking the crap out of a G.I. Joe with my Masterpiece Soundwave, even though that's not a bad idea. But and I was going to say another thing that I think is, as adult collectors, we start thinking about, as an example, that the Carrie figure, we're looking at the engineering as well and thinking that's actually a positive thing. Whereas a kid, you're like, you don't give two shits about the engineering. You just want that thing to look cool and tear shit up around the house.
It's funny, so as a kid, I would almost judge the transformation of a figure by how quick I could do it. If I could actually do it by the time I went
yes, that's exactly what I was gonna say.
Yeah. And going back to being a kid, and I've used this, I've said it in a review somewhere along the way, I had a Spider-Man that had 18 points of articulation, then I had my X-Men toys that had 5. Which toys did I prefer? The Spider-Man that flopped all over the place, or the 5 point of articulation X-Men,
Yeah. Dude, so. Not for nothing, side note, I'm sure Oscar did, but did anybody get those Toy Biz X-Men when they first came out?
Yep.
Oh, fuck yeah.
It was that first wave. It was Wolverine, Nightcrawler, Colossus, Magneto.
Yep.
Magnus, chest, Wolverine had the spring claws.
Yep.
And the ring that was a mask.
I remember, yeah, that shit sucked. I remember walking into KB Toys in Laurel Mall, and I think we just lost Greg. He'll be back. And walking into KB Toys and seeing those X-Men figures on the shelf. This is before the internet and all that shit, where you knew shit was coming. Every fucking toy store journey was an adventure because you had no idea what the fuck would actually be there. And I remember seeing those fucking X-Men figures, losing my goddamn mind. I don't believe it. It's like I felt like somebody had heard my prayers. Anyway.
So, maybe we should throw it out to the listeners. Are you a display only, or playability? Is that important? And what does playability mean to you? Are you a typical Transformers fandom that probably does play with their toys? I'm just saying. But, what does it mean?
Or, also, what's more important, the way that bitch looks on a shelf, or, what you can do with it on the carpet, so to speak.
RC's a lady, Bobby.
Right. Right. Okay,
We
so
put in a bed on the carpet.
so last but not least, we're going to talk a little bit about expectations versus real life in terms of Shadowcast. So this week I received an awful lot of feedback from last week, and some of it was negative and most of it was positive, and I appreciate both. But I just want to talk for a bit about what it is that we are doing here and what your expectations may be and whether or not the show is really for you, and that's fine. One of the people that wrote in was an individual that listened last week and hasn't listened to much and was offended by Oscar saying the gay agenda. I don't know if he was personally offended. I shouldn't say that, but he was.
He was upset.
He was upset that with the amount of gay jokes, thought it was a little lowbrow, perhaps, which is fine. But like, one thing about the gay agenda thing is that that's actually a homophobic joke. It's not a gay joke. We made jokes about Mr. T being a closet homosexual, and then the fact that he hates the gay agenda is actually just covering up his own personal lies. So
we're not saying that he is gay.
No, we're actually saying that that he may be gay, and that by him hating the gay agenda so much is possibly more evidence of such. But that's neither here nor there. The point is, a buddy of mine kind of said it best, but look, our flavor might be orange sherbet, and your preferred taste might be vanilla. I wouldn't expect for you to like orange sherbet if you liked vanilla. I'm not going to apologize for the show because the show is the show, and it just may not be for you, and that's actually fine. I appreciate you listening, giving it a go, so to speak, and it's not your bag, and that's perfectly okay. But it doesn't mean that what we are doing, that we feel like we need to adapt to you or to anyone else. We're having fun. We're doing what the fuck we want to do. We're saying what we want to say for the most part. And if you can relate or if you enjoy it, then it's for you. And if not, then it's not fucking for you. And that's cool. There's no problems there. It's funny to me, like, we joke everybody. Like, I'm just going to try to think about all of the people, but gays, homophobes, religious people, atheists, blacks,
head trauma victims,
Africans,
handicap,
Chinese, Japanese, handicapped, Germans, Russians, French.
Oh, hold up! You didn't tell me you made fun of Germans on this shit, man.
Oh, what's wrong with you, Lions? Maybe you'd like to hear the show from the stove.
I mean, I thought it was like, dang. You cats roll deep, man. You cats roll deep.
Irish, English.
Did you say South African?
South African, Mexican, Cuban, Southerners.
People in their basement, their mom's basement, their dad's
nerds,
basement.
Geeks, white trash.
Irish.
But it's only... We only get
the Jews?
Criticisms for hot topic discussions. So, like, homosexuality in America and its acceptance is kind of a hot button. So we get criticisms on that. But we never get criticisms for, like, when we make fun of white trash. Or when
Bobby, are you saying... Hold on, I don't mean to cut you off. I'm just saying. Are you saying that it's only straight white men who get pissed off that we're making fun of gay black men?
Maybe. But it's just...
Rich straight white men making fun or getting mad because we make fun of gay black men.
But they can't act rich though. They have to have a knit cap and have the coffee and try to ban blackjack. Like it's
with their hemp sweaters.
I do find that bizarre. I think that's an interesting sociological kind of thing. But anyway, look, this show is this show. It's its own cup of tea. The numbers are, I think, pretty good. I would I'll put our numbers out there. If anybody like we do around 700 downloads a week between YouTube and Podomatic, and so we're transparent. We've got nothing to hide. For a show that's been around for a little over a year, I'm proud of those numbers. I think we can do more. I think we can do better. I think that what we do does kind of strike a nerve with a certain type of person, and I think there's a lot more of those people that aren't listening that would enjoy it. So.
And the other thing to throw out there is there's so many Transformers podcasts out there. If we aren't your type of podcast, that's fine.
Yeah,
there is one out there for you.
If you want one where they, they just sit there and they talk about the technical aspects of every release, regardless of third party or Hasbro, then go ahead and listen to them, and that's fine. But if a good example, if I thought this was going to be that kind of podcast and I was not allowed to act the way I do act, I would not be a member of this podcast.
Exactly.
So,
and it's just like like if somebody were to write in and say, hey, like I like when you guys do more listener question stuff and less news. Like that's something that if we got a lot of that, that's something that we might consider because it doesn't really change the dynamic of the show. But when you are writing in to say, God damn,
that Greg is rubbing the phone against his pubes, somebody might listen. I mean.
But if you were writing in to say like, I don't think that you guys should make these sorts of jokes or use this sort of language or whatever, like, I mean, I appreciate you writing in and all, but like piss off, Mac. It's that is what makes us us. The same thing that you hate about the show is the exact same thing that people love about the show. And we have a good relationship with our listeners, I think, and whatever. So yeah, it's just about like if you create something, if you're a creative person or you create art in any way or you create media in any way, you're putting yourself out there for people to criticize and all those sorts of things, and that's fine. Most of the time, you're putting your stuff out there to people that don't create or in any way, shape, or form, and they still have an opinion, and that's fine. Like Oscar always says, they're like assholes, and everybody's got one, and that's cool. That's all cool, but don't expect us to change on behalf of one write-in. That's not going to happen. I have spoken to RFC this past week as well, and there's no issue there. If somebody wanted to make that into something that it's not, it was them making a statement and me responding to that statement. They released a media, we released a media, and
oh, they did.
I have people writing to me this week saying, dude, a lot of gay jokes, or dude, I don't like that you called out another podcast. And I hear you, and it's not that I'm calling them out in that sense. Like I didn't personally attack them. It's just they made this, and this is how I feel about it. And then I had plenty of people like, dude, thank you for saying something for us that feel like we don't have that voice or whatever. And if you're listening, those of you that wrote that sort of statement, you definitely can. You just need somebody like Justin that can figure out how to record it and post it. And that's like the biggest challenge.
Was that on their show this week? Because I haven't listened yet. I saw it was up on YouTube, but I haven't listened.
No. He wrote me privately. Kilby wrote me privately, and I wrote, it was a private conversation, so I wouldn't put any of the details out to it. But we talked back and forth, and we're cordial with one another. So
yeah, there isn't going to be a drive-by shooting.
No, it's not like that. I mean, Diecast, he hit me up too, and the first thing he said when he hit me up was no hard feelings, and I was like, dude, of course not. We're talking about toys. I don't go to bed with a gun underneath my pillow because I'm like, if those motherfuckers try anything, like it's not that type of party.
Goddamn internet trust. Fuck my life up.
As a guy looking from the outside in here, can I ask you something and just put you on the spot real quick about this?
Sure.
What do you think is, like, for the people that are writing in saying, you shouldn't call out a podcast or, whatever the wording may have been, like, what do you think really drives that frustration that they're voicing? Like, as a person that creates as well, I personally, I just don't understand, like, why you would be mad if one show said something, or the proverbial calling out Like, why do you think it would actually motivate someone to write to a show to defend another show or whatever it is that they're doing?
I don't maybe like I don't know exactly, but like maybe they're big fans of that show, and maybe they're super loyal to that show, and they feel like they're recruited soldiers. I mean,
Internet,
Which is
You know
fine.
what it
Internet's
is? I know what it is.
what is it?
It's that same fucking mentality of the motherfuckers that sit on the internet and go, "Oh, you like this type of toy? Oh, you like that type of toy? Oh, you buy Toy World? Pfft, you mean Broken Toy World? Or you buy fan toys? Oh, you mean Crap Toy? Or TFC? Oh, you mean fuck TF Source?
Or
It's that same fucking
Hasbro
mentality.
or
Exactly.
Hasbro, the same thing.
Yep.
Exactly.
Oh, you
It's
buy
that same mentality.
Hasbro?
That's another thing I wanted. Like, we had somebody that commented on the YouTube, and you can go back and look at that. That was on last week's episode. About they're tired of us. I think drinking the third party Kool-Aid was the exact terminology that they used, and like I think that a lot of times people project their feelings about something.
Hmm.
Like I think that, like, if somebody thought like we were really anti whatever, let's choose anti-Yugoslavian. It might be that they have some anti-Yugoslavian issues coming in, and they're taking our jokes to be literal, and they are projecting their views onto us and using a joke as a scapegoat. I think that they might be saying the same thing to us with drinking the third-party Kool-Aid. Like, we trash a tremendous amount of third-party products. A real robot, Mr. Mike, right here on the show, wrote to Shattered Cast about us trashing Apollyon and the price point for Apollyon. And that's what people I don't think understand. Like, we get contacted by it's not like we're rushed with emails every day. I mean, but like, we get contacted by so many people that feel as though they are being singled out. Like, dude, you guys are always trashing X-Transbots. And then the next guy writes in and be like, dude, you guys never trash X-Transbots. It's like they always get a pass. Like, we can't be all things to all people. But I just feel like a lot of times people like project their shit onto us. We trash Hasbro a lot.
Mm-hmm.
But we also praise Brainstorm. And we praise Takara Masterpiece, and we praise Springer, and quality products that we feel come out of Hasbro. But if it's shit, we're not going to say it's not shit or that we don't think it's shit to appease you. The nice thing is that you can just turn it the fuck off.
And that's what I was going to say. I think people misinterpret us as having an opinion, as us giving a fuck. Like, we're not making you fucking listen. No, seriously. Like,
I know what you mean. That's why I'm laughing.
Don't fucking listen. I'm sorry. To approach it saying, "Hey, I just started listening to this one episode, and I'm 30 minutes in, and I have a list of comments, courtesies, and concerns," as Bobby would put it.
I like it.
You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, so maybe this isn't the route for you to go. I'd direct you somewhere else if I cared, but I don't. You know what I mean?
And
it's just one of those fucking things. Like, I'm sorry, it's not working out. Like, you're a leper, I'm a hot chick. Like, it's just not working out. Sorry.
Did you just say that you're a hot chick, Greg? I'm pretty sure you just said you're a hot chick.
He's my hot
chick.
I'm
a hot chick. Have you ever seen you've seen me before.
He's mad hot chick, Bobby.
It just sounds so good when I hear it from your lips.
Oh, wait till you hear from my lips next Sunday, big boy.
Mm-hmm.
Whoa,
that's right.
Who's bringing the butt plug?
If you want
50 Shades of Greg.
If you want AFA graded butt plugs, I Am Ratchet will be there, and
oh wow.
If you want skinny butt plugs, Real Robot will be there, and
you want someone
to do it in the parking lot, I'll be there.
Another thing, like, we stay pretty on top of our numbers, and our numbers are usually on the incline.
Mm-hmm.
But I got news for you. Even if they went down to 0, we would have one of two conversations. Conversation 1 would go, hey, nobody's listening. Okay, well, let's not invest as much time into it, but let's still do it. Or B, nobody's listening. Let's just stop doing it. It would never be C, which is nobody's listening. Let's change.
Actually, C would be no one's listening. Good job, Bobby. Pat on the back all the way around. We finally did it. We found our
Oscar,
target
good-
audience.
Oscar,
Yeah.
good job on the gay Hitler. Good job.
That's not a problem, thanks. Scheiße.
I'm waiting for
Justin,
the
good job.
I'm waiting for the
Coding
Hitler
incorrect.
sympathizers to start writing in.
Oh,
dude,
God.
you guys are giving Hitler a really bad name.
He was a hero to Germans everywhere. Do not give him such crap.
If we have any fucking Aryan listeners, feel free to send us an email. I mean, I don't know how we'll respond, but it'd be nice to know you're out there. We want to know all our demographics.
Just
I
make
hear-
sure right after you hit send that you fucking kill yourself too. By the way.
Here's another question.
It's called pulling a Hitler.
We have one listener question, but before we get into it, I want to ask a question.
Oh, what was that?
Does anybody on this podcast not have a family member that's gay?
Got a few.
Greg,
I have a brother that's gay.
Justin,
Yep,
Mike.
I do.
I don't believe that I do.
Okay, so you're the
But
one.
maybe they're on fire.
I have an aunt.
Praise Thanos, you are going to heaven.
Does anybody
Lord Savior Thanos.
does anybody here hate their gay relative?
No.
No.
Nope.
So just don't take yourself. So my words of advice: don't take yourself so seriously, and don't take us so seriously. And there's this button on your phone or on your computer that's like it's an X, and it will immediately stop what you're listening to. And that's the other good news. There's the great news is that we're not the only one,
Mm-hmm.
and we may not be your flavor. I'm not going to apologize. I am sorry that you are offended, and this is not just one person.
It's
I
unfortunate you're
got
offended.
3 different. Yes, I agree, Oscar. But we got 3 different emails this week that were comments, courtesies, concerns, or criticisms, and I'm addressing all 3 of those. And I'm sorry that you are offended. It is a shame that you are offended, but I'm not sorry for the show, because the show is the show, and it just is not for you. Hope that makes some sense. And for the 5 people that wrote me personally and said, "Thank you for saying what we can't," you're welcome. So the question for the week is from Katch off YouTube, who said, "What if Galvatronus came with Scourge limbs?" We were talking about how the Combiner Wars Galvatronus
Fucking
looks like.
pre-ordered, man. Pre-ordered. I am getting that bitch. Fuck yeah, man. Scourge names.
Oh, we channeled 2 people today.
I would go. I'd be so bold as to buy 3 more like Scourge classic figures and just like fun tack them right up to the limbs of fucking Galvatronus, and then booyah, ultimate combiner action.
Yeah. Mike.
Nah, no. I'm not digging this whole everything has to be a fucking combiner vibe. I'm fucking played out on that shit. I'm played out on Dinobots, combiners. I'm just like, make something fucking awesome and fucking move on. There's plenty of new shit that we need. I mean, I don't know. I guess I'm a hater in that regard in this one, because a combining Galvatron and a combining Optimus.
It's a Cyclonus,
Whatever. Yeah, but there's
It's
doing the
Galvatron.
Galvatron.
which is stupid. It's up there with like all the ideas they had for fucking Transformers Energon, where it's like every vehicle looked like, because I love the Transformers Energon Prowl vehicle mode. That looks sweet. But then it's like you turn him into a robot and it's just like meh. And then it's like, oh look, he tears apart at the waist, meh. And then with this guy, meh. So it's starting to go there with this Combiner War shit. Like I was kind of holding hope that maybe Hasbro was kind of fucking listening, just little hope there. But now it's like Cyclonus is coming out. Oh, cool. He's a redeco of Silverbolt. All right, whatever. Oh, he's Galvatronus. Well, fuck you too.
Yeah.
So,
Justin.
still buying them, though.
I don't really care. I have that wave pre-ordered just because I want Hotspot, but I don't really care. So.
Greg.
Yeah, no. No. I actually want the Cyclonus. I'm gonna buy that one, but
Because it looks
yeah.
better than KFC's Tempest.
Yes.
Like miles Better the game. So
Um,
Justin, if you don't want,
show me on this Combiner Wars Cyclonus where KFC Tempest touched you. Oscar.
yeah, it's internal.
it's internal. I think that was the smart way to go. Like I think I said this last week, but I think that's what they should have did. Not that I would have ever combined them because I think that as a notion is silly, but like the nice thing about it is that you would have had tons of people that would have bought 4 scourges. So that they could have done it. So you would have sold the shit out of some scourges. Your assortments could have had like 6 fucking scourges in a case. I would have bought at least 1, if not 2. And then you could have like troop built a new scourge mold, and there's really nothing to lose, and you don't even have to pay for the redeco like programming. You just fucking release the scourge over and over and over again, and people would have bought it, so they could have made this combining atrocity.
I would have bought like 10 of them and then bitch that it wasn't MP.
Okay, yeah, there you go.
No question.
Yeah, so like I think it's a missed opportunity. I think that's the way they should have gone. I also agree with Mike, and Oscar says that same shit all the time. Like, why the fuck does everything have to combine? Why did making the Dinobots combine is a fucking insult to Dinobots? I personally think.
Just preach on, brother.
Woo! So like the thing about that is just that you don't have to combine them. Which would have been nice. You could have had some scourges with your Cyclonus, and then you could have bought your Mania King, and you could have had a decent little setup. So yeah, I'm with you, Katch. I think that should have been the way they went, but I think that the combination would have ultimately been ridiculous.
I will say that I think it's also a missed opportunity. It's just a missed opportunity I don't personally care about. But
right.
Yeah.
That sums it up perfectly. Shout out wise, before we even get into shout outs, I want to shout out specifically Mike for coming on and making his presence known. Where can people
plug your stuff, man?
Yeah, where can people find you on the interwebs?
Generally, actually, last week you had mentioned that you read my motherfucker article.
Yes.
Which is one of my gems of creation that I'm actually quite proud of. That can be found at plastiquefreak.com. That's PLASTIQUE freak.com. We got all kinds of dope shit up there. How to enhance your displays, your collection, galleries. I mean, all kinds of random shit. Just a couple guys for the fuck of it made a website, and so yeah, if you want to check that out. But I mainly just do shit for the hell of it on Instagram and Twitter at Reeled Robot, REELED Robot. And if you just want to kick it and talk some shit, and I'm not like them podcasts I told you guys about before, where they're like, oh yeah, come talk some shit, it'll be fun, and then you talk some shit and they're like, fucking trolls, man, fucking trolls. Like, nah, it's all good, man. Come, let's go. Let's shoot some arrows and set shit on fire. So, nice. But yeah, I definitely appreciate being on. You guys are definitely a wild fucking bunch, and it's fucking dope. I love it.
Awesome. All your which everything you just mentioned will be in the show notes, so everybody go check out our dude. He's a good dude. I'm quite this isn't the first time I've heard him in the audio form, and I've always been a bit of a fan. So also check out at Fear Corpse on Twitter, and Dubk Toys and Chosen Prime for your official and unofficial needs. I am Ratchet for all of your G1 nostalgic fixes, third-party Transformer crashes, and our boy Yule, who is the king among men. And also Third Party Unlimited, ran by our still very good friend, Mr. Mega 81. And TF Prototype at tfprototype.com. Shout out to John, he's a good dude over there. And shout out to my boy Lenny, Decepticon, at facebook.com/Decepticon. Pissing nerds off on a daily basis. If you are into us, you're into him kind of guy. And
I got these dino blowjobs, man.
Exactly. Outside of that, Oscar, why don't you take us out of here?
So as always, you can go right on ahead and check us out on Facebook, Twitter, Tumblr. I mean, everywhere, especially our Facebook. Just Google Shattered Cast Uncut and watch our beauty rise. So, in the name of promise, please collect responsibly. And for the members of the Furious Five, as well as our good friend Mike, you should check him out at plasticfreak.com. That's PLASTIQUE, freak.com. Be good to yourselves and each other.
And Matt, don't drop the soap.